right, today we're gonna go hang out with producer John Strandell. John is a Nashville native. He's a singer-songwriter, musician, and producer who works out of an awesome home studio. I actually found him from his Instagram profile where he puts out really great content like you. I'm also scrolling the studio Instagram profiles and music producers. I'll put a link to his stuff down in the description just underneath that like button. And by the way, if you like these studio tours, there's one thing you can do absolutely for free, and that's smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. And by the way, when you're watching this video and we're going through all John's stuff, which is good stuff, you see anything that you're interested in checking out, John and I actually have a lot of the same gear. It's kind of awesome. I have links to all the gear that I use down in the description. They are Sweetwater affiliate links. One of the things that I found from John's that I immediately left and ordered for myself is it's called a Key Largo. It's made by Radial. It's like this, I'm gonna totally butcher this, but it's like a synthesizer or keyboard summing mixer that has like an effects insert loop. Mine's getting here Monday because, surprise, surprise, we're getting some new synths. So as I said before, links to all that down in the description. Big thank you to Sweetwater for sponsoring this video. And let's go check out John's epic home studio.
What's up, everybody? I'm John Strandell, and welcome to my studio.
Nice.
Here we go.
Bonus room life.
If you're in Nashville, you live in suburbia, you have one of these. It's perfect. It's somewhat temporary. I'll probably be here for a couple, 2 to 3 years. It sounds good. I've got it treated pretty well, at least as best as I can without like going crazy. I might try to put, something up there, maybe something back there, but I've got it pretty good. The last place I was in St. Louis and I was leasing kind of like an office space out. It was great. I mean, honestly, it sounded great. It was like concrete floor. For whatever reason, that room just sounded really good. I had it treated really well. I'm originally from Nashville. My family, I've got 3 kids, married. We decided that we wanted to do a life change and moved to Nashville. Like I said, I'm originally from here. My family lives here. My parents live here. It just kind of made sense to start anew and
switch it up.
Yeah. I mean, you can do music anywhere, especially now, 2020 COVID, like that definitely accelerated my career just because I was like, got a lot of free time on my hands. I want to start making content that built somewhat of an audience. And, I was in St. Louis. Like, granted, I'm only 5 hours from Nashville. Still, like, most of my clientele is not here in Nashville. It's everywhere else, and it's because of social media. I don't know, St. Louis is fun, but it's good to be here in town.
So tell me about this room, how you use it.
So, I'm mainly a producer. I do mixing as well, songwriting. Might be doing a publishing deal here pretty soon, but yeah, I mean, I'm using this as a production room, doing a lot of outsourcing to like drummers, guitar players, but in terms of like the skeleton of a song, it's all done in this room by me. Sometimes I'll bring people in, but yeah, I mean, I've got the keys kind of thing going on. I've got some guitars over here. Don't have a drum kit currently. Might do something small, like a little cocktail type drum kit mixed with programming and samples. But I mean, between like this and then just the power of like programming drums, I can pretty much crank out at least a really good demo so that I can start outsourcing stuff.
Yeah, I was just listening to you kind of do some work on this track, and it's amazing what you can do with Ableton.
Dude, Ableton is crazy. I don't always commit to like using drum loops in the final thing, but it's great for ideas. I use Addictive Drums as well for like programming the actual drums, and I just literally just play it on the keyboard. Like I'll do just kick and snare, and then I'll layer all the overheads afterward, but
yeah,
I mean, between like that's all like stuff that was in this room. And so now, depending on, what the artist wants, I can like send those drum tracks to an actual drummer who's got a setup, preamps, all that stuff. Take that and just, do their thing, track real drums on top of it. Same with like, guitars. I typically do all the keys on my stuff. Sometimes I do all the acoustics. Yeah, I like taking what I have here, building a skeleton, and then outsourcing a lot of stuff. Depending on people's schedules and your schedule, you can get stuff done pretty quickly.
All right, so you also do a little bit of singing too. I saw your Instagram.
Yeah.
I saw you up there, bro.
Yeah. Right now I'm using the UA Sphere DLX. Honestly, I use it for literally everything, like guitars, vocals. I used to have a Manly, just recently sold it. Still, like I love that mic, but being able to switch between stuff is great. I mean, like literally what I'll do is, right now it's on the 251, the Telefunken 251 model, and that's, you know, vocals, but then I'll just switch it to, for acoustics, like I'll switch it to the ribbon.
160.
Yeah, just drop the stand and just quickly, it's so fast. And honestly, the chain I've got going works for both vocals and guitar, so it's just easy to go back and forth between stuff. And this is all just in the box, you know, UA. Sounds crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's, yeah, I mean, it's literally, this is the chain. That's all that's on it. No EQ, that's it. This is the Prophet Rev 2. I believe this is the 16 voice one. It's awesome. I mean, the amount of modulation you can do with these things is crazy. So I honestly, for like somebody starting out, I don't quite recommend this one just because it's a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
But once you kind of get the basics of how to assign modulation and all that stuff, like this thing is crazy. It can do the vintage thing, can do the modern thing. It's obviously a Prophet, so it's got that sizzly top end.
And where's that go out of that?
It's kind of crazy, but all the keys go into this key largo.
Oh, cool.
This is made by Radial, and it's like a DI. You can like pump effects into it, so you can kind of mix your effects as well. I'm not using it for that. I'm really just using it for the DI, so I can do three stereo inputs into one left and right output.
Yeah, that's killer.
And then it's got the ground on it, which is, you know,
yeah.
You have to have that.
Yep.
Otherwise you have a bunch of noise. So out of that, I'm going, this is where it kind of gets crazy, but I don't know if you can see down here, there's these reamp boxes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going into this right here, this patch bay. The patch bay is also this whole thing over here, which is all my guitar pedals effects. That is also patched. I believe actually this is patched to the reamp boxes, so I can convert high Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like actually talking with the Sweetwater guys, and I was like, how do I do this? Like I'm trying
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to do, you know,
properly do it.
Yeah, because you're doing like high Z, but like line level, and they kind of gave me some information. I don't remember it, but
yeah.
This chain right now, what I'm doing is the UA Max, which is their new compressor. Having that at the front is great, especially for like pianos if you want really crunchy pianos. And then I'm going into the Astra, which is the best chorus pedal ever.
Oh, okay, that's exciting. I want to try that.
Bro. Yeah, it's supposed to model the Brigade chorus.
Nice.
Which they have a plugin for that.
Yeah.
But it's really warm. It kind of adds some saturation. You can mess with like, you know, the intensity. Literally best chorus pedal. It also does trem, has flange. Or the trem thing. And then out of there, I'm going into this like kind of crappy, but like
the DL4?
Gorgeous DL4.
You paint it?
Yeah, my buddy painted it and he gave it to me. And I was like, oh, I'll just keep it gray. But I literally use it for one thing and one thing only. And it's the analog mod delay, which is just like a tube delay, but it's got like a bunch of modulation to it. Mm-hmm. Shout out Casey Moore. Do you know Casey? Mm-mm. This is like his thing. He showed me and a couple of my friends this, but it's like...
Oh, that's cool.
It just starts oscillating. You can hear it like... For like lead lines.
Amazing.
Yeah. It's sick. It's sick on guitars too, but I love it on keys.
And you just print it in.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah, so with the patch bay, I mean, I can, right now it's going like out, like it's going out of here into there and then back into here to console, but you can do just the keys. I can also like route, like if I want to print drums through some of this stuff, I can route it out of console into there.
Oh, cool.
That's why I'm not connected to this guy, because I want to be able to like print vocals through it or whatever. So this over here is the Moog Prodigy.
Just like a sub thing?
Yeah, it's just bass. Probably one of the coolest synths they ever made. It's just it's the most simple synth ever. It's 2 oscillators. You've got your filter, which is super simple, attack, release, sustain, contour. And then you have a little bit of modulation, which it's nothing crazy. And that's really it. Like even you you can't like shift the octave or anything like that. So I like have to detune it to like go lower.
Yeah.
It's so simple, so basic. They're pretty cheap too. Like I got this thing for $800.
Oh, nice.
Because it's all aftermarket. Like it's the most slept on Moog synth in my opinion. Yes, this is made by UDO, very new. Like I think the Super 6 came out I think they announced it in 2019, came out in 2020. It's like a digital analog type hybrid thing, but it's binaural. It makes your oscillator stereo, but it's not the same as chorus. It's not like modulation.
Okay.
So this is just like a wave right now, like their stock wave, which is I guess saw. So if I go over here, so you can like mess with what it's doing to the left and right. And that's no chorus, that's just the binaural thing kicking in right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So then it also has chorus built in, which is like, I think it's supposed to model the Juno chorus. You've got these 2 stages of it, so. Which just makes it even more wide. Or you can get super swimmy. Yeah, in my opinion, dude, this is like,
Sounds so good.
This is it. If you're like just getting into it, if you're like a big synth head, this is the #1 synth I would recommend right now. But yeah, I mean, dude, like
What's the name of the company that makes this?
It's called UDO.
UDO, all right.
Yeah, I've heard people say Udo, but I'm pretty sure it's UDO.
All right.
And you say it fast like that. So simple, but like it can also do super creative things. Also, the ARP on this is like. Yeah, that's it, dude. That's the ARP sound. Also, like, for bass, it's surprisingly crazy. The low end is just super fat on it.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, those barefoot sound so good in here.
Yeah. I'll throw Ampeg
Oh, yeah.
on here for bass, and it's...
My God.
Yeah, so dope.
That's crazy. I can't believe how quiet, until you put the Ampeg on there, how quiet the signal chain is.
That's because of the reamp. The way it's currently set up, I don't remember the exact routing, but this is the cleanest way to do all this.
And what about this stuff over here? What are you using these tunes on?
Yeah, right now I'm not using it enough, unfortunately, just because, I guess not unfortunately, just UA's plugins sound so good, but
Yeah, I mean, track through them theoretically.
Yeah, like with the mainly especially. I also have some Gefels, so sometimes if I'm doing like I want like kind of a crunchy condenser sound, like I'll just run into this. This is the Shelford channel made by Neve. Like, in my opinion, best bang for the buck. They're expensive. They're like $3,500, but like you've got the preamp, you've got EQ, you've got compression, and then you've got some like saturation vibe.
Yeah. Well, bro, I'll make you a deal. You could probably put some pedals there if you want. I'll take that Shelford and that distressor off your hands free of charge, bro.
It's a good deal. For you, that's a great deal. Yeah, my main thing with this stuff, it's like if, I've got a project coming up soon where I might be doing a full length and I'm doing like just vocal production. In that case, I'll probably like rent out C800 or like a super nice mic and then have this to be able to run all that stuff through.
Yep.
But yeah, over here in the lunchbox, I've got the Shadow Hills Gamma. It's just a preamp.
Okay.
It's got 3 different vibes. It's nickel, discrete, and steel. It's cool, like if I'm doing acoustics or even like vocal doubles or something, just being able to switch between the different vibes to give a little nuance. Audioscape, it's their like LA 3A. Yeah, my buddy in Texas actually uses this for his master chain. He has a stereo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it definitely, like, there's an EQ thing happening internally, so it's cool. I mean, they're pretty small. They still like
down in Florida too, man. There's another reason.
Oh, they're in Florida?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, another reason to move to Florida.
I know, man. What kind of desk is this?
This is Argosy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Bro,
Argosy, they're the best. They're a Missouri company, actually. They live in the Ozarks. But this is the Hybrid K. Yeah, I think it's just called the Hybrid K. K stands for keyboard, so it's got this little cutout here. Pretty small, but also, I mean, you can see all the gear that's in it. Super compact and very functional. There's so much stuff on here right now. Yeah, like the interface right here. I've got a computer. All my, all my satellite stuff, hard drives.
Yeah.
Like, it's so efficient. Sorry about the cable mess right now.
Rocking the Mac Studio. How do you like it?
Love it. They obviously just announced the new one.
M2, yeah.
Yeah, but
they'll never stop doing that.
Yeah, you're always gonna be behind.
How long have you been using these Barefoots? And are those the O2s?
No, these are the
ones.
ones.
Okay.
Yeah, this was actually the first big boy gear purchase I ever made, was the Barefoots. Before a mic, before a nice interface, before literally anything, I was like, I need some good speakers. I've had them ever since. They're incredible. Like, you heard the low end.
Yeah.
Like, they're insane. This is my baby. I just got this like a month ago, not even. This is the Martin CEO9. They discontinued it a few years ago, and I placed an order a year and a half ago, so it literally took that long for them to build it. But yeah, dude, this thing is like perfect balance of bright but warm. I like to play with my finger a lot, and it's perfect for finger picking. If you like dig in, yeah, this thing's awesome. It's tiny, but it has a lot of body. I've been using that almost every single day on everything. This is like an old Seagull. I do want to put like the Nashville tuning thing on here.
Double it up?
Yeah. Nice. It's honestly, I mean, this was a $400 guitar, and it sounds pretty decent, so it'll be cool for the Nashville tuning thing.
Yeah.
And then this is just a Fender American Telecaster.
With a Bixby.
Yes, just had this
Whoa.
installed. Shout out to my buddy Gary. He hooked me up with this guitar, Gary Sexton. Incredible guitar player, great friend. Yeah, I think that was his first guitar.
Oh my gosh.
He now has like 14 guitars, but
That's
yeah.
so cool, man.
It's a great guitar. Yeah, I mean, I'm producing several artists right now. I do a lot of pop, CCM, country. The thing that you were listening to, that's super country, but I'm also working on like a Justin Bieber vibe pop song. So
I love
it's
it.
just kind of all over the place. I love vocal production. That's probably the most fun I get to have, is like really digging in on doing vocal stacks. And I took like vocal lessons for a while. I still try to brush up on that type of stuff. I really want to be able to like coach vocalists, even if they're really good, like way better than me, just be able to speak into it. Like I said, I do some mixing, mastering, but mainly just producing and vocal production.
Heck yeah. Well, if you're not following John on Instagram, I strongly recommend it. Well, thank you so much for doing this, man. It was a pleasure finally getting together. And
yeah, man.
I'll put links to John down in the description, and hit the like button, drop some comments, let us know what you think. We'll see you in the next one.
Appreciate it, dude.